Welcome to the Northern Light Webcasting Network. We bring you Western Wisconsin sports via the internet. Stick around and get to know us.
Northern Light Webcasting Network, in conjunction with Colfax High School, presents Viking Pregame, a look at today's Colfax Viking boys game. And now, Viking Pregame.
Good evening and welcome to Colfax High School, where tonight the Vikings, coming off a hard-fought 42-33 victory over the Elk Mound Mounders last Thursday, will take on the 1-3 Thorp Cardinals. Rick Olson here, and soon I'll be joined by Dan Petschow as we're getting ready to bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's boys game right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Coming up in this edition of Viking Pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Thorp Cardinals and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get the perspective from Coach Moss on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So get ready to listen to some exciting high school boys basketball. All of that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're listening to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Did you know that some vaccines prevent cancer? I'm Dr. Bill Schaffner of the National Foundation for Infectious Diseases, and I want to talk to you about a vaccine that protects against the most common cause of liver cancer, the hepatitis B vaccine. Hepatitis B virus can stay silent in the body for decades before symptoms develop. Many adults need vaccination, including those up to age 59 with diabetes. To learn more, visit adultvaccination.org. That's adultvaccination.org.
Rick Olson back here at Colfax High School, where Dan Petschow and I are getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's boys basketball game between the Thorp Cardinals, with a record of 1 win and 3 losses, and the 2-1 Colfax Vikings. The Vikings have a 1-0 record in the Dunn St. Croix Conference and are trying to maintain their first place conference position. Now, last Thursday, the Vikings had to come from behind to defeat the Elk Mound Mounders by a score of 42-33. The Vikings, trailing with about 5 minutes to go in the game, rallied, went on a scoring run, and captured the victory over their Dunn St. Croix Conference rival. We don't have any Viking statistics from that game. However, at 2 games into the season, the leading scorers for the Vikings were Ed Hajdukovic, who's been averaging 16 points per game, followed by Cole Seehaver, who's averaging nearly 10 points per game, and Zach Rindy, who's averaging 6 points per game. In addition, players coming off the bench are contributing another 15 points per game. Now, Thorp comes into tonight's game with an overall record of 1 win and 3 losses, and they're 0-2 in the Clover Belt West Conference, following their 62-44 victory over Whitehall last Saturday. Now, leading the way for the Cardinals in that game was 6' 3" senior forward Ethan Reese, who scored 19 points. He was followed in scoring by 6'6" senior forward Isaac Salmus, who tallied 15 points. The Cardinals opened their 2019-2020 campaign with 3 losses. They were defeated by Altoona, Prescott, and Chippewa Falls McDonald. Then on Saturday, the Cardinals were able to capture their first victory of the season with that win over Whitehall. Thorp and the Vikings have one common opponent thus far on the season. The Vikings were narrowly defeated by Chippewa Falls McDonald 38-36 on December 7th, and then on the 12th, the Cardinals were defeated by McDonald 40-33. The Vikings are looking to continue their preparation for the remainder of the Dunn St. Croix Conference schedule. And on the other hand, the Cardinals would like to build on their win over Whitehall, and a victory for them tonight would do just that. So the stage is set for some exciting boys high school basketball, and we'll have all the action for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. But first, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Garrett Moss on Coach's Corner. You're listening to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Today we're talking with Viking boys head coach Garrett Moss. And coach, in just a few minutes, the Vikings are going to tip off against the Thorp Cardinals. You're coming into this game with a 2-1 record, including a pretty exciting victory over your rival Elk Mound. Your comments about that one?
Yeah, it was a pretty sloppy game. I think we had 26 turnovers and they had 22, but, we'll take a win anytime you can over your arch rivals. So, we definitely got some stuff we got to clean up, but a win's a win, so we'll take it.
Now this evening, the Vikings take on the 1-3 Thorp Cardinals, and the Cardinals got off to a rough start this season, losing their first 3 games, but they found a way to victory over Whitehall last Saturday. What can you tell us about the Cardinals, and what special challenges do they present?
Don't let the record fool you. They're a very talented team, and they played some really tough teams to start off with. Division 3 schools in Altoona and Prescott, and a rival game with them with McDonald. But they're very big. They got one of the best shooters in the area in the race kid, and they got a 6'6" kid that's got a full D2 scholarship. So we're definitely going to have our hands full tonight.
Now, who are some of the Viking players that you need to step up to make a difference?
Well, we'll have to do a very good job. Zachary Indy and Cole Average, we're going to keep switching them off on their outside score. And then obviously Ed will have to do a good job on trying to slow down their big guy.
Now, Coach Moss, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings will find a way to move that record to 3-1.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. That's the scent of shopping success, because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You've been listening to Viking Pregame, with a look at today's Colfax Viking boys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Colfax Viking basketball.
Hi, I'm Amanda Pete. Like all new parents, my husband and I want what's best for our baby. When it was time for our daughter's immunizations, we wanted the facts. So we carefully researched vaccines. We spoke with doctors and other experts and asked some tough questions. We decided that vaccines were the best thing for our child. I urge you to get the facts. Learn the facts about vaccines so you can make the best healthcare decisions for your family. Thank you.
A message from the American Academy of Pediatrics and VaccinateYourBaby.org.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network has a special Christmas treat for our listeners. We are going to present our holiday special on Monday, December 23rd and Tuesday, December 24th. Starting at noon on each day, we'll present a triple header of Colfax Vikings games. We'll have football, girls basketball, and boys basketball with a lot of holiday music throughout. Tune your listening device to www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com to listen to our holiday special, beginning at noon on December 23rd and 24th, and have a very happy holiday season.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. 1, okay, cool guy. 2, 3 times. Next. Oh, I put it in reverse. Meep, meep, meep. Then I take it up and down. Up and down. And that, kiddos, is called the forklift.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now that's dancing. Sure beats flossing.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Will everyone please remain standing and able? Remove your hats and place your hand over your heart to honor the flag. As the national anthem is sung by members of the Colfax High School Guys Choir.
We're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's non-conference basketball game between the Colfax Vikings and the Thorp Cardinals. Vikings come into this game and Cardinals come in with a record of 1 win and 3 losses. And we're going to send it down to the scoring table for tonight's introductions.
Number 12, the junior, Jack Sorochek. And now, starting line for your Colfax Vikings.
Thorp comes with a bunch of big guys, and number 44, Zach Sumas, is going to be their big senior, 6'6" senior.
With a D2 scholarship in hand, and so he's good. Ed's going to have his hands full, Ed Hajdukovic for the Vikings. So we've got out on the floor, Rindy, Seehafer, Hajdukovic, Hydorn, and Reback out there, and the opening tip goes to Seehafer for the Vikings. He takes it down into the forecourt on the left side, gets back out to the top of the key to Rindy. Now it's over to Reback and over to Hajdukovic just outside the arc to Seehafer. Swings it down to Rindy, tries to drive into the lane. Ball gets tipped away, and they're going to get Colfax with an over and back. And out there for the Thorp Cardinals is Sumas, Aiden Rice, Slogoski, Ethan Rice, and Siraschek. And right now it's Siraschek with the ball. He gets it over to Ethan Rice.
we might have to do with the boys what we have to do with the girls and just go by first names, because we've got Ethan and Aiden out there. Turnaround jumper by Ethan is no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings, and coming down the floor is Noah Hydorn. Hydorn gets it over to Seahaver, to Hajdukovic from the top of the key, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound taken down by the Cardinals. Coming down the floor is Sarachek. He gets it over to Sumas, and then he feeds Aiden Rice, who's on the left side, kind of trapped over there. Gets it out high to Sarachek. Over to the right side now to Sumas, and then he gets it down to Slagaski. Over to Aiden Rice, to Sumas, out to Sarachek, to Slagaski on the left, out to the top of the key. That was to Sarachek, into the lane, and Sumas puts it up and in. So first blood of the game is drawn by the Thorp Cardinals, 2-0, 16-13 to go in the first half. Hydorn with it on the left side, feeds it to Hajdukovic, puts a shot up off the back of the iron, and the Cardinals come down with it. Vikings are going to have to make those shots fall tonight, Dan.
Yeah, it's going to be important not having turnovers and hit some shots here.
So on the left side now, it's Rice with it. That's Aiden. Feeds it out to Sarachek. Over to Sumas, way out by the center line. Now to Slagaski. Slagaski between the circles to Aiden Rice. Gets it to Ethan Rice. Drives to the free throw line. Feeds it out to Aiden Rice, and he puts up a three. 5-0. Thorp is on top. Rindy with it. Feeds it into the lane to Hajdukovic. Puts on a move and gets it to crawl over the rim and in. And Hajdukovic put on a nice move down at the baseline to get around Sumas and put the ball in the hole. Vikings trail by 3, 5-3. Driving the baseline for Thorp is Ethan Rice. His shot goes off the iron, no good, and Hydorn brings it down for the Vikings. Gets it out to Hajdukovic. Free throw line jumper is good. And the Vikings close it to 1, 5-4. 14:46 to go in the first half. Thorp gets it across the timeline. Aiden Rice with it. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Takes it between the circles. Feeds it over to Slagaski. Down into the lane to Sumas. Puts it up and no good. We have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Zach Rindy. His first team foul on the Vikings. Sumas' first shot is up and in. And his second shot is on the way off the back of the iron. Ball gets tipped around, knocked out of bounds, and the Vikings will have it. They have to chase it about halfway down the hall, but they come back with it. Seahaver to inbound for the Vikings. Gets it into Hydorn. Comes through the center circle. He has it between the circles over to the left side to Rindy. Rindy at the free throw line. Feeds it down underneath, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds off the legs of Hajdukovic, and it goes over to the Thorp Cardinals.
Not much room in the interior right now for Colfax. They just got Ed's one little jumper.
So Sumas has it on the left side, cross-court pass over to Slagaski. Out high, and a three-pointer from between the circles by Ethan Rice.
Long three for Ethan.
He was dead center between the circles that time. Vikings have it deep on the right side. Out high to Hydorn. To Hajdukovic. Feeds it into the lane to Reback. Kicks it out to Seahaver. Seahaver from three. Around and out. No good. Rebound taken down by the Cardinals. Quickly down the floor. Sumas with it out at the top of the key. Now he drives the lane. Turn around. Lost the handle on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Vikings are going to have it.
Good defense by Colfax. Get a turnover.
Rindy inbounds it to Heidorn. He brings it down the floor, across the timeline. Over to the right side to Reback. To Hajdukovic. Into the lane to Seehaver. His shot is off the iron, no good. And quickly back down the floor come the Thorp Cardinals. Over on the right side, back out between the circles to Sumas. Trying to decide where he wants to go with it. Finally gets it to Ethan Rice. He puts up a shot, no good. Rebound by Sumas, and he lays it up and in. 11-4, the Thorp Cardinals have a lead. 12:43 to go in the first half. Heidorn with it. Feeds it out to the right side to Rindy. Over to Hajdukovic. Drives down to the baseline. Turnaround jumper. Around and in. And Hajdukovic. He's got all 6 of the Viking points so far tonight. The Cardinals come across the timeline. Slagowski with it. Over to Sumas. He gets it over to Ethan Rice. Puts up a long one, and that's another 3 for Ethan Rice.
Ethan Rice has got the hot hand right now.
6 points for him off of 2 quick threes. Vikings come down. Heidorn drives to the baseline, puts it up and lays it in. That was a nice move along the baseline by Noah Heidorn. Cardinals come down, cross the timeline. Over on the right side to Sumas. He dribbles it out high, gets it to Ethan Rice, feeds it out to Saraschuk. Then over to Ethan Rice and another 3. 9 quick points for Ethan Rice, 17-8 as the Cardinals have a lead. Seehaver gets it over to Rindy, out to Hajdukovic, feeds it underneath to Seehaver, and his shot is up and no good, and the rebound is taken down by the Thorp Cardinals. They're totally controlling the boards right now. Over on the left side now, Slagowski has it, gets it out high to Ethan. Then over to Aiden. Back out to Sumas, and he puts a 3 up. He's not only powerful underneath, but he can hit from the outside.
Yeah, they're going to make him shoot from the outside, and they're hitting him.
That's 8 points for Sumas. Hajdukovic has it outside the arc. Gets it over to Rindy on the right. Out to Reback. Reback tries to drive down the lane. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands. They scramble for it on the floor. And Thorp comes away with it. Coming down the floor is Ethan. And he gets it over to Aiden. To Slagowski. Back out to Aiden. Over to Saraschuk. Saraschuk got it over to Ethan, who tried to get it into the lane. We have a whistle.
I do believe it's on 30. Hunter Reback.
And I believe you're right. Hunter Reback with the foul. That's his first personal, second team foul against the Vikings. And into the lineup for the Vikings are Tyler Hallquist and Drew Gibson. Inbound pass. Goes to Ethan. Drives into the lane. Puts up a shot and in.
Ethan Rice.
Hallquist has it across the timeline. It's 11 points for Rice already. Gets it out to Rindy. Rindy takes it between the circles, feeds it over to the right side to Gibson. Down to Hallquist. Hallquist puts up a 3, no good. Rebound chased down by Rindy. Rindy has it on the left side, gets it out to Hallquist high. To Seehaver, high on the right side. To Rindy, drives to the lane. Quickly back out to Hallquist. Over to Gibson. Gibson puts up, oh no, excuse me, that was Hajdukovic. And we have a timeout called, 2-pointer by Hajdukovic. He was just one step inside the line, and we have a timeout called by the Vikings. Thorp 22, Vikings 10. You're listening to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
As you check names off your holiday gift-giving list, Dairy State Bank encourages you to go local. When you support locally owned and operated businesses, every dollar you spend returns threefold to your local economy, putting your hard-earned money to work in the community you call home. So this holiday season, consider gifting locally crafted goods or an experience at a local eatery, craft beverage maker, or a performance with family and friends. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings have run into some height issues against the Thorp Cardinals. I do believe that 6'6" Isaac Sumas is really causing him some troubles underneath both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's drawn some attention tonight, and that's opened up the three-point shots. And right now, Thorp's hitting their three-pointers.
Yeah, they are, and it doesn't help any that Ethan Rice is just hotter than poker out of the fire.
Right.
All right, coming down the floor are the Cardinals. Siraschek has it. Feeds it over to Sumas. Then to Aiden. Aiden gets the ball knocked out of his hands, and they're going to call him with a double dribble. And so the Vikings will have it. Hallquist inbounds it to Rindy, back to Hallquist, across the timeline. High, wide, and left. Gets it over to Hajdukovic in the lane, feeds down underneath to Seahaver. Kicks it out to Gibson, who puts up a three. Drew Gibson.
Good ball movement by Colfax to get Gibson open.
8:47 to go in the first half. 22-13. Thorp on top. Sumas with the ball on the right side. Gets it out between the circles to Ethan. Ethan to Slagoski, and his shot is no good. Vikings come down with it. Feeds it over to Gibson. Gibson to Hajdukovic. He's high, wide, and left. To the top of the key to Rindy, who drives the lane. We have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Aiden Rice. His first team foul. Rindy comes out. Albright is in. The inbound pass goes to Albright. Over to Gibson. Gets it down low to Seahaver, puts up a three and hits it. Vikings trying to scrap their way back into this one. 22-16, Vikings behind. But they've cut it to 6. The Cardinals come across the timeline. Ethan with it, drives the baseline. Kicks it out high. Quick pass over to Aiden on the left side. Aiden gives it to Salmas on the left, outside the arc. Hands it off to Ethan, drives to the lane, puts it up and in.
Good left-handed shot there by Ethan Rice.
And the Vikings come down the floor, Hallquist with it between the circles. Feeds it over to Gibson on the left side to Hajdukovic. Over to the right side to Albright. Down to Seahaver, to Gibson, or that's Hajdukovic. Puts it up, no. Hallquist saves it to Gibson, high, wide, and left. Hajdukovic now on the left side. Gets it over to, back out now to Hallquist. Down to Hajdukovic from the corner. He puts it in. A three-pointer for Ed Hajdukovic. That's 3 threes for the Vikings, one right after another, and they're getting right back into it. Now trail by 5. Quick shot by Salmas, and he hit nothing but net on that one from right outside the arc. So they answer with a 3. 27-19. Thorp is on top. Hajdukovic with it. Gets it over to Albright. Albright at the top of the key. Feeds it back to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic to Gibson on the right. To Hallquist down in the right corner. Gets it out to Albright. Free throw line extended right. To Gibson between the circles. To Hallquist. Over to Seahaver on the right side. Hajdukovic out high. Hallquist has it now, just slightly left, over to Albright on the left side. Albright drives to the lane, stops, kicks it out to Hallquist from 3, no. Rebound taken down by the Cardinals. A nice rebound by Slogoski that time, protecting the ball. And the Cardinals come across the line. Saraszczuk feeds it out to Aiden. Aiden over to Slogoski. Saraszczuk to Sumas from 3, no. Rebound taken down by Gibson. Gibson through the center circle. Puts on the brakes, gets it to Albright. Albright high, wide, and right. Drives to the lane. Now feeds it out to Seahaver. Looks for the 3, doesn't take it. Gets it to Hajdukovic at the top of the key. To the free throw line. Now back out to Hallquist. Hallquist slightly on the left side. To Gibson. Feeds it in the lane. Nice feed to Hajdukovic at the baseline from Gibson. 27-21. Thorp on top. And we have a foul being called.
Number 20.
Yeah, that's Taylor Hallquist. The foul. He batted the ball loose, and then while trying to go after it, ran into the Thorp player and got called for the foul. So that's Hallquist's first personal, third team foul on the Vikings. 5:01 left in the first half. Inbound pass. Ethan has it. Feeds it over to Aiden. Out high to Rocco. Over to Sumas. To Ethan. Ethan thought about a 3, now takes a 3, and he's short, and
smart play by number 34.
Aiden Rice leaped at the ball as it was going out of bounds, grabbed it, threw it in right off of Drew Gibson's face, and it went out of bounds, so Thorp keeps the ball. Inbound pass, and oh boy, there was some major collision under the basket.
Good job by Drew
to deny the lay-in. Vikings come down with it, but lose control of the ball underneath the basket, and Thorp has it as they come back down the floor. Rosemeyer with it, right across the timeline. Feeds it over to Rocco. Comes down the right side, turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, grabbed by the Vikings. Hydorn grabs it, gets it to Gibson, right back to Hydorn, who takes it through the center circle. Over to Rindy, out to Hydorn from 3, puts it up, no good. Rebound being batted around, chased down by Rindy. Rindy thought about the 3, doesn't take it, gets it to Gibson. Gibson out to Seahaver from 3, no! It bounced around a little bit, but didn't go in. And Thorp has it coming down. Ethan Rice with it through the center circle. Feeds it over to Rosemeyer. Back over to Rocco between 2 circles again. Sumas drives the lane, puts up the jumper off the back of the iron. Gets his own rebound, no, but he gets hammered as he goes back up with the putback. And the foul is on Seahaver. First personal, 4th team foul against the Vikings. And Sumas' first shot is no good. Hajdukovic back into the lineup for the Vikings. Gibson goes out. 27-21, 3:26 to go in the first half. Second shot by Sumas is up, and it's in. 28-21. Coming down the floor is Hydorn. Hydorn steers a little bit to the left side to Reback. Back out high to Hydorn. Vikings being deliberate. Gets it over to Rindy. Rindy on the left side. Drives to the baseline. Gets it to Seahaver. Long shot by Hydorn is up, no good. Rebound, batted around and taken down by the Thorp Cardinals. Ethan with it, drives to the baseline, turns around, comes back out. Passes out high to Rosemeyer. Feeds it over to Aiden. Aiden down in the corner now to Sumas. Sumas to Rocco. Over to Rosemeyer. And Rosemeyer took a step too many. He was in a pivot, but he moved that pivot foot, and the Vikings forced the turnover.
Good job by Colfax defense to create a turnover.
Vikings inbound the ball with 2:26 to go in the first half. Hydorn inbounds it, or brings it down. Gets it over to Reback, to Seahaver on the left. To Hajdukovic, tries to feed it into the lane to Reback. Hajdukovic thought Reback was going to break into the lane, and Reback had a different thought. Needless to say, ball went out of bounds, and Thorp has it coming back down the floor. Ethan gets it over to Rosemeyer on the right side. This is back out high now to Rocco. Over to Rosemeyer on the left. To Sumas, just outside the left arc. Now he tries to drive the lane, feeds it out to Ethan, long three, and he hit nothing but net. And we have a timeout being called by the Thorp Cardinals, 1:44 to go in the first half. 31-21, Thorp is on top, and you're listening to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
In addition to being your hometown newspaper, the Colfax Messenger is also your one-stop shop for all your printing needs. The Messenger provides full in-house design and full-color printing services for copies, business cards, letterheads, envelopes, pamphlets, brochures, books. They can even do posters up to 13 by 30 inches for your events or benefits. Call the Colfax Messenger at 715-265-4646 or visit dewitmedia.com.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. A minute 44 remaining in the first half. Thorp Cardinals up by 10, 31-21. Coming up at halftime, we have the Viking profile. And then following that, we will have the Colfax High School report. Vikings have the ball. Hydorn gets it over to Rindy. Feeds it to the free throw line to Reback, drives to down the lane, and he tries to put up, and they got him for a travel.
Thought it was going to be a foul.
I did too, but he was in a lot of traffic, but evidently he picked up the dribble and moved a couple extra steps. Cardinals come down the floor. It's Ethan Rice with it. Feeds it over to Sumas. Sumas back over to Ethan. His shot is up, no good. Rebound, and we have a whistle and a foul, and I believe this one's being called against Rocco for the Thorp Cardinals. He tried to split a couple of Vikings to get to that ball. It's his first personal, second team foul. Gibson into the lineup for the Vikings. Coming down the floor is Hydorn with it. Hydorn feeds it over to the right side to Rindy. To Gibson at the top of the key. Over to the right to Rindy. Down to the right baseline to Seahaver. Puts up a jumper and it's in. Little 8-foot jumper by Rindy. And 31-23. Vikings trail by 8. Under a minute to go in the first half. Rocco with it. Feeds it over to Ethan. Ball gets knocked away. Then Sumas picks it up, puts up a jumper, no good. Rebound taken down by Hajdukovic. Coming down the floor is Seahaver. Out to the top of the key to Hydorn. To Rindy, high, wide, and left. Rindy from the free throw line gets it over to Seahaver. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Seahaver to Hydorn. 15 seconds to go in the half. Vikings trying to set up for a last shot. Gets it over to Rindy. 7 seconds. Rindy to Seahaver. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Gibson with a long one. No good. And so we've reached halftime. The score at halftime. Thorp Cardinals 31, Vikings 23. We'll have halftime programming with Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report coming up after this brief timeout. You're listening to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Northern Light Webcasting Network has a special Christmas treat for our listeners. We are going to present our holiday special on Monday, December 23rd and Tuesday, December 24th. Starting at noon on each day, we'll present a triple header of Colfax Vikings games. We'll have football, girls basketball, and boys basketball with a lot of holiday music throughout. Tune your listening device to www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com to listen to our holiday special beginning at noon on December 23rd and 24th, and have a very happy holiday season.
Colfax varsity dance team will be performing their classic Christmas routine to All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. Please welcome your Colfax varsity dance team.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're going to get to know Noah Albright, a senior at Colfax High School, and we're going to be chatting with Noah right after this message.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy band. It's Painful Concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
We're talking with Noah Albright on Viking Profile. And Noah, we know you play basketball, but are you involved in any other activities here at high school?
Yes, I am. I play football too, and I do track in the spring, as well as I'm in FFA and NHS too.
Now, when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of experience have you had?
I started playing in 4th grade along with all the other guys here that are seniors now too, so it's been a fun time all the way through.
Now, what's that most important thing you've learned from playing basketball?
You got to work hard. You got to play good defense to be a good team.
So when not playing basketball or you're not here at school, what other things keep you interested and occupied?
I love going hunting and fishing and working on the farm too.
Okay, those infamous rapid-fire questions. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
And what kind?
Chocolate chip.
Your favorite color and why?
I'd say red, because that's Colfax Vikings.
Now, if you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
I'd just have to go Superman. Super strong, super fast, can fly.
And your favorite NBA team?
The Bucks, for sure.
And favorite college team?
Badgers.
Now we're talking with Noah Albright. And Noah, what are your plans for after high school?
I plan on going to UW Stout to play football and major in graphic design too.
How about a shout out to the family?
Hey, Mom and Dad, and Ryan too.
Now, when people come to Viking games, what number do you wear? What position do you play?
I wear number 12, and I'm a guard.
So we want to thank Noah Albright for joining us today on Viking Profile. Coming up next is more Viking Halftime.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me, I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Time for the Colfax High School Report with an update on what's happening at Colfax High School.
Last week at Colfax High School, the boys and girls varsity basketball teams had plenty of action. On Tuesday, December 10th, the Viking girls dominated the Plum City Elmwood Wolves 72-32. Then on Thursday, the Viking boys took on the Elk Mound Mounders, where they needed a comeback effort to defeat the Mounders 42-33. Finally, on Friday, the Viking girls continued their domination of the Dun St. Croix Conference by trouncing the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 70-21. At the end of the week, that left the boys with a record of 2 wins and 1 loss, and 1-0 in the Dun St. Croix Conference, and it left the girls with a record of 5 wins and 1 loss, 3-0 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. Both teams are currently sitting in first place. On Thursday, December 12th, the Viking 8th grade boys defeated Glenwood City 46-36. Then on Friday, the 8th graders were defeated by Durand 35-17. The 8th grade boys finished their season with a record of 5 wins and 5 losses. The middle school girls will begin their school basketball practice on Thursday, January 2nd. The Bloomer Colfax wrestlers showed strength in the Husky Invitational at Eau Claire North last Saturday. The Bloomer Colfax's Sawyer Best won the tournament title at 132 pounds, earning pins of 4 of his 5 matches. Best then overpowered Prescott's Sam Murphy by a pin in exactly 1 minute to take the championship. Luke Blanchard gained a second-place finish for Colfax Bloomer at 113 pounds, using 3 pins as wins and then a 7-6 decision over Baldwin Woodville's Taylor Fink to advance to the championship match, where Spencer Columbus's Ashton Aikman defeated Blanchard in a major decision win. Bowen Rothbauer finished strong for Bloomer Colfax when he took 3rd place at 152 pounds. Rothbauer used pins to advance to the semifinals before Arrowhead's Noah Mulvaney scored a 5-0 decision win. Rothbauer then bounced back to earn a 7-0 decision win over Medford's Emmett Grunwald. The Bloomer Colfax wrestlers will compete in the annual Northern Badger Wrestling Tournament at UW River Falls on December 27th and 28th. Beginning on Saturday, December 21st, and continuing through Wednesday of January 1st, The Colfax schools will be on the annual holiday vacation. We at the Northern Light Webcasting Network would like to also wish everyone a very happy and safe holiday season. And that's what's been happening at Colfax High School. This has been Rick Olson reporting.
You've been listening to the Colfax High School Report with an update on what's happening at Colfax High School. The second half of Colfax Viking basketball is coming up.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
And we're back here at Colfax High School where it's halftime and the Thorp Cardinals are leading the Vikings by a score of 31-23. Dan, when we look at those statistics for the Thorp Cardinals, it looks like a tale of two cities, or a tale of two players anyway. What do you got over there?
Yeah, here's the leading scorers for Thorp right now. We got Ethan Rice, number 24, with 16 points. Isaac Sumas has 12, and Aiden Reese has 3.
And that's their 31 points. So basically, it's those two guys, Ethan Rice and Isaac Sumas.
Yeah. Right now, Thorp has 7 threes already in the first half. That's pretty good. Colfax's leading scorer right now is number 21, Ed Hajdukovic, with 13 points. Cole Seahaver has 5. Drew Gibson has 3, and Noah Heidorn has 2.
Okay, and we're going to be back with second half action right after this brief timeout. You're listening to Viking Halftime on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Oh no.
If your car has staff at Morgan's Auto Body are ASE and iCar certified technicians, and they can get your car looking like new. That's Morgan's Auto Body in Colfax. Call them at 715-962-3559.
And we're getting ready to start the second half. Thorp will have the ball. They'll inbound it at midcourt. And Aiden Rice to inbound. Gets it over to brother Ethan, who takes it across the timeline. Down to Sumas on the right side. He's outside the arc. Back to Ethan at the top of the key. Cross court pass to Aiden. Out high to Saraschuk. And now to Aiden. Now down in the corner to Sumas, to Ethan on the left side. Feeds it to Sumas in the lane, turns around, and he took an extra step. Trying to lay it up, the ball didn't go in anyway, but he took an extra step and the Vikings have it.
Good job by number 30, Hunter Reebok, to disrupt that play.
And the Vikings come down the floor with Heidorn with the ball across the timeline. Over to the left side to Rindy, to the free throw line to Seahaver. To Hajdukovic, turnaround jumper is a little short and goes out of bounds. And the Cardinals have it. Coming down the floor is Saraschuk. Feeds it off to the right side to Sumas, who gets it out to Aiden. Over to Slagowski. Takes it between the circles. Over to Saraschuk on the left. Out high to Slagowski, who gets it to Sumas, then to Ethan. Now to Aiden on the right side. To Saraschuk. To Slagowski on the right. To Sumas at the top of the key. Thinks about the three. Decides not to. Gets it over to Ethan on the left. Ethan now at the top of the key. Gets it over to Aiden. Aiden down underneath, and the shot goes up and gets blocked out of bounds. Slagowski with the shot and knocked out of bounds by Hajdukovic for the Vikings. Thorp still has the ball. Ethan drives the baseline, turns around, puts it up, and it's off the iron. No good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Vikings have got to get some points off of these empty runs by the Cardinals. Hajdukovic puts up a 15-footer, no good. Rebound taken down by the Cardinals. Quickly down the floor comes Ethan. Over to Sumas on the left. Out high. And then over to the right side to Slagaski. Out to Aiden. To Ethan. To Saraschuk. Tries to feed it underneath and loses control. Kind of overshot his target, who was Slagaski, underneath. And it went out of bounds. Vikings ball. Heidorn to bring it down the floor for the Vikings. Through the center circle. To Reback. Or not Reback, but Rindy, who puts it up and in.
Good move by Zach Rindy to get to the hole.
Just drove the baseline, laid it up and off the glass in the hole. 31-25, Vikings down by 6. Slagaski with it. Feeds it underneath the Sumas, who lays it up and in. Sumas makes that look so easy when he's got that height advantage. Coming down the floor quickly for the Vikings. Hajdukovic gets it out. Finally, Reback has it on the left side. Over to Hajdukovic, top of the key. Tries to drive, thinks twice, gets it over to Seahaver. Hajdukovic now drives down underneath, lays it up, no good. Rebound, tapped around, and comes down with it are the Cardinals. Aiden with it over to Ethan. Down into the right corner to Sumas. Sumas out to Ethan from the top of the key. Puts it up off the back of the iron. Rebound, batted around, and we have a whistle.
Looks like number 44.
And that was a foul on Sumas, I believe. Yes, that's who they call it on. That's his first personal, first team foul against the Thorp Cardinals. Seahaver inbounds it. And quickly down the floor comes Heidorn. Heidorn down the right side. Gets it out high to Rindy. Back to Heidorn down low. Out to the top of the key. To Hajdukovic. Drives in the lane and puts it up and in. A little 6-foot jumper by Hajdukovic. And they now, well, it's a 6-point game still. 33-27. Thorp still on top. On the left side with the ball is Ethan. Puts up a jumper off the iron, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings.
Good box out by 21, Ed Hajdukovic for the rebound.
Hajdukovic with it at the top of the key, drives into the lane, kicks it out to Reback, who puts up a shot, no good. Rindy chases the ball down, bats it in, but it's picked up by the Cardinals. Ethan drives the lane, and we've got an offensive foul being called. He just ran over Heidorn and got called for it.
Yeah, good job by Heidorn to get position and get the turnover.
That's the first personal, second team foul. First personal on Ethan Rice. Seahaver has it through the center circle for the Vikings. Gets it over to Heidorn at the top of the key. To Seahaver on the right side. To Gibson. Now swings it back around to the left side to Seahaver. To Gibson coming across underneath. Gibson out high to Hajdukovic. To Seahaver. Over to Heidorn. To Rindy. Rindy a jumper up, no good. It rattled around and then came off. And the Thorp Cardinals come down the floor. Saraschuk with it. Gets it over to Aiden. Now to Sumas, out high. He's at the top of the key, free throw line, makes a move in the lane, lays it up and in. Isaac Sumas. It's kind of fun to watch him move. He's got some nice moves in the lane. Vikings have it on the right side, trailing 35-27. Hajdukovic puts up the shot and hits it. 12:17 to go, 35-29. Vikings trailing. Thorp Cardinals coming across. It's Sumas with it at the top of the key. Over to Ethan. Drives down to the baseline. Puts up the shot off the back of the iron. No good. Rebound being chased around. And coming away with it is Sumas. Gets it out high to Aiden. Over to Slogoski on the left. Slogoski to Sumas. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound taken down by Hajdukovic. Or no, but that's by Gibson. Gibson over to Hydorn. He's outside the arc. Gets it down on the left side to Rindy. Out high to Gibson. Back down to Rindy on the left side. Looking for somewhere to go. We have a whistle and a timeout being called by the Vikings. 11:26 to go in the second half. It's the Vikings 29, but the Thorp Cardinals have 35, and you're listening to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
As you check names off your holiday gift-giving list, Dairy State Bank encourages you to go local. When you support locally owned and operated businesses, every dollar you spend returns threefold to your local economy, putting your hard-earned money to work in the community you call home. So this holiday season, consider gifting locally crafted goods or an experience at a local eatery, craft beverage maker, or a performance with family and friends. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. We have a 6-point game. The Vikings have, it looks like maybe they figured some things out. It's just a matter of can they close that gap.
Yeah, they've done good to stay in this game, and they just need to find a way to get into the interior. Thorp has done a great job keeping them on the outside, and so that's what Colfax has to figure out here.
And defensively, they're figuring out how to control some of those rebounds and not give Thorp quite so many second chances.
Yeah, they just need a couple more turnovers, and they should be right back in this game.
Okay, Vikings to inbound the ball. They're in the forecourt, or in the backcourt, I should say, and inbound pass to Seahaver, and he tried to do something with it before he had the handle of it, and it goes out of bounds, and the Thorp Cardinals have it. And the Cardinals come down the floor. Saraschuk with it. Over on the left side to Slogoski. Out to Sumas, out high. Over to the right side to Saraschuk. Tries to feed it into the lane. It gets away, but the Cardinals pick it up. To Rockow. Over to Slogoski. Out between the circles to Saraschuk. Back over to Slogoski. Slogoski over to the right side to Rockow, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken out by Rindy quickly down the floor. He's got a 1-on-3, so he decides to wait for traffic. And he feeds it to Reback, who hesitated and caught Slogoski in the air. Slogoski came down on top of him, and Reback is evidently going to go to the line for two. They're going to say he was in the act of shooting. I think he was in the act of waiting myself. Hunter Reback. First shot on the way. It's good. 35-30. Hajdukovic back into the lineup. Hallquist is also in for the Vikings.
You know, it probably will go unnoticed, but on the last minute or two, Cole Seahaver was on Isaac Sumas and did a great job to keep him out of the paint.
Second shot is on the way and good. We have a 4-point game as the Vikings have closed it to 4, 35-31. Thorp is still on top, 10:36 to go in the game. Ethan feeds it over to Aiden on the left side. Aiden takes it around to the top of the key. Still on the dribble. Gets it out to Sumas, out high, wide and left. Over to Ethan. Takes it between the circles. To Aiden on the left side, or on the right side. To Ethan on the left. To Sumas. At the top of the key. To Slogoski. To Ethan, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound taken down by the Vikings. Here comes Hunter Reback, driving coast to coast, and we're going to get an offensive foul called on Reback that time. And yeah, that was for sure. He kind of lowered his shoulder and ran over Saraschuk.
Yeah, Saraschuk had good position there.
So that's the second personal against Reback. First team foul on the Vikings this half. Coming down the floor is Ethan Rice. Feeds it over to Saraschuk. To Sumas at the top of the key. Gets it just hands it off to Ethan. Over to Saraschuk on the left. Back over to the right side to Ethan. Long three, nothing but net. 38-31, the Thorp Cardinals have the lead. Hallquist feeds it over to Hajdukovic. To Gibson on the left side. To Rindy. Out to Gibson, long shot, no, but the rebound chased down and up and in by Hajdukovic.
Good job by Hajdukovic to follow the shot and get the second chance, 2 points.
Ethan with it between the circles. Guarded closely there by Rindy. Over to Sumas. They're outside the perimeter with it. To Aiden. To Sumas. Sumas makes a move. Cuts down, puts up a shot. It's off the iron. Hallquist with the rebound. Quickly down the floor for the Vikings. 38-33, 5-point game, 8:30 to go in the game. Rindy with it on the right side. Feeds it to Reback. Gets it to Hajdukovic. Puts up a jumper off the glass. No. Rebound by Hallquist. Feeds it to Reback, who puts it up off the glass and in. He had to fight his way in there for that one. There was a lot of bumping going on down there, but Reback put it up off the glass and in. 3-point game, 38-35. The Vikings trying to crawl their way back in. 7:55 to go in the game. Shot from outside the arc is off the iron, no good. And that was a shot by Aiden. We have a whistle and a jump ball being called. Possession arrow in favor of the Vikings.
Good job by 21 Hajdukovic to get the jump ball.
All right, into the lineup for the Vikings are Seehaver and Hydorn. Hydorn with it through the center circle, comes over to the left side. Feeds it over to Rindy on the right. Back over to Hydorn. Now out to the top of the key to Reback. Reback drives into the lane. Kicks it out to Seehaver on the right side. Now high, wide, and right is Rindy. To Hajdukovic at the top of the key. To Hydorn on the left. To Rindy. Now to Seehaver at the top of the key. To Rindy on the right side, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Cardinals come up with it. Saraschuk comes across the timeline, and we have a timeout being called by the Thorp Cardinals. So with a timeout on the floor, 7:06 to go in the game. Thorp 38, Vikings 35. You're listening to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380.
And we're back here at Colfax High School. 7:06 to go. Thorp Cardinals leading the Vikings 38-35. It was a 10-point game at halftime?
Yep, 10-point game. Some turnovers helped Colfax. Colfax has hit some shots, and they're right back in it.
They're crawling back in. It's a one-possession game now. Aiden with it. Cross-court pass over to Slagoski. Out high to Sumas for the Thorp Cardinals. Aiden with it. Gets it out to Saraschuk. To Slagoski. Feeds it to Sumas. Back out to Slagoski. Drives the baseline. Gets it to Sumas. And he lays it up and in. They fed it to Slagoski on one side of the lane. And he backdoored it to Sumas on the other side. And he had the easy lay-in. Vikings with it. Seahaver on the left side. Tries to get it to Rindy. He's in trouble. And the ball gets tossed away out of bounds. And the Thorp Cardinals have it. 40-35. Thorp on top. 6:21 to go. Slagaski or Saraschuk with it to Aiden on the right side. Now Slagaski has it on the left. He takes it between the circles. Out to Ethan. To Saraschuk. Slagaski now on the left. Out high to Sumas. Thinking about the three. Doesn't take it from the top of the key. Gets it to Ethan. Drives the baseline. Puts up the jumper and he hits it. About an 8-footer by Ethan Rice. And it's 42-35. Vikings have it. Reback drives into the lane, puts it up off the front of the iron, gets his own rebound, lays it up and in. Hunter Reback with another 2.
Good job by Hunter Reback to stay with it and get his rebound.
42-37. Vikings trail by 5. Taking it at the top of the key now is Aiden. Over to Slagaski for Thorp. Takes a long 3 off the back of the iron, and the Vikings chase it down. Heidorn comes down the floor for the Vikings. Through the center circle to Seahaver on the left side. Cross-court pass to Hajdukovic. Out to Reback at the top of the key. Reback to Rindy. Takes it over to the top of the key. Quick pass over to the right side, and we have a whistle foul, and it was evidently off the foot of Sumas. And Gibson is checking in for the Vikings.
Good job by Hunter Reback in that series to get some shots up, get some points to help the team.
Also checking in is Noah Albright. Inbound pass. Mishandled, but chased down by Gibson. And he gets it out high to Heidorn. Now Gibson has it between the circles. Over to Hajdukovic on the right. Out to Albright. Feeds it into the lane. And it should have been an easy lay-in, and he laid it a little too hard off the glass. Heidorn with it. He was wide open underneath. I think he was too open.
Yeah. And it was the wrong hand, too. Shot it with the right hand instead of the left.
So Aiden with it, and now we have a whistle and a foul. And the foul is on Zach Rindy. It's his second team foul on the Vikings. Seahaver checks back into the lineup for the Vikings. Gives Rindy a break. Inbound pass to Ethan. Puts up a long 3 and hits it. 45-37. Thorp is on top by 8 now. Vikings bring it down the floor. Gets it out to Seahaver. Seahaver high, wide, and left. Over to Gibson between the circles. Out to Hajdukovic. To Albright on the right side. Drives into the lane. Runs into a little bit of traffic. Gets it out to Heidorn. Heidorn to Gibson. To Hajdukovic. Back to Gibson. Over to Albright. Albright out to Seahaver. Seahaver's shot is a little short and out of bounds, and the Thorp Cardinals have it. 3:33 to go in this game. Vikings down by 8. Saraschuk brings it down the floor for the Thorp Cardinals. Gets it over to Ethan. Out to Slagaski, to Saraschuk. Out to Sumas at the top of the key. Feeds it down to Slagaski, who drives the baseline and puts it up and in. First 2 points for Slagaski on the night. He sure touched the ball a lot, but he's been more directing traffic than shooting. Gibson with a long one, and he put a 3 home. 47-40, Vikings down by 7. Thorp has it down, and Slagaski gets it out high to Aiden. Over to Sumas on the left side. Sumas out to the top of the key to Saraschuk. Saraschuk over to the right side. To Slagaski. Back out to Saraschuk between the circles. Over to Slogoski on the right. To Sumas right at the top of the key. Takes it to his left. Gets it over to Saraschuk on the left side. Back out to Sumas between the circles. Feeds it down into the lane to Aiden. He dishes it off to Slogoski, who lays it up and in with a little reverse layup. 49-40. Thorp Cardinals on top. 2 minutes to go. Gibson with it. Gets it over to Albright. To Hajdukovic. Jumper from the lane. No good. Rebound taken down by Thorp. That rebounding by Thorp is just a little too much for the Vikings to handle right now. And the feed over to Ethan. Now to Slogoski. To Aiden underneath. Lays it up, and we have a whistle and a foul. Aiden Rice's shot was no good, but foul on Hajdukovic.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to see Colfax do here in the last minute 33 is if they put up a shot, somebody crash the net or get under the hoop and try to get a rebound.
First shot by Aiden is good. Aiden Rice with his 4th point of the night. Heidorn checking back in for the Vikings. Second shot. Off the back of the iron, tapped around. We have a whistle and a foul.
I do believe that's going to Slogoski.
Yes, a foul on Slogoski. It's his 2nd personal, 4th team foul, and we have a timeout on the floor. So with a timeout on the floor, it's 50-40, 10-point game, 1:32 remaining. You're listening to Viking Basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network has a special Christmas treat for our listeners. We are going to present our holiday special on Monday, December 23rd and Tuesday, December 24th. Starting at noon on each day, we'll present a triple header of Colfax Vikings games. We'll have football, girls basketball, and boys basketball with a lot of holiday music throughout. Tune your listening device to www.northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com to listen to our holiday special beginning at noon on December 23rd and 24th, and have a very happy holiday season.
And we are back here at Colfax High School where the Vikings have their work cut out for them. 50-40. And we're getting late in this one. Minute 30 or so. Minute 33, I think you said. And that was right. Minute 32. There was the 1 second there for the off the rebound on that free throw. So minute 32 to go.
Colfax has to make sure that they box out and get some rebounds.
Hallquist inbounds it to Heidorn. He's picked up right at the timeline. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Hallquist with it now. High, wide, and left. Out to between the circles to Hajdukovic. He pops a three-pointer. It's off the front of the iron. No good. Hallquist with the rebound. Circles around back out. Gets it over to Seahaver. Seahaver gets it to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic's three is in. And Hajdukovic with three. That's 22 points for him. Just under a minute to go. 50-43. Vikings close it to 7. Long pass almost picked off by Hajdukovic. Pass now down underneath, and Slogoski lays it up and in. 52-43. Thorp on top. Vikings come down the floor with 39 seconds left. Heidorn with it. Trying to direct some traffic. 31 seconds. Seahaver with a three. Puts it off the back of the iron and chased down by the Thorp Cardinals. Trying to get it back down the floor. Slogoski feeds it down to Sumas, who jams it home on a slam. 54-43. 7 seconds to go. Long shot by Rindy is no good. Rebound taken down by the Thorp Cardinals, and there's the buzzer. And that's the end of it. Final score in this one, Thorp Cardinals 54, Vikings 43. We're going to have a little bit of Viking postgame coming up in just a few minutes. But that's going to do it for the game. 54-43, Thorp knocks off the Vikings. And you're listening to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The Colfax Messenger has covered the happenings of Colfax and the surrounding area for over 120 years. No one cares for Colfax like the Messenger. Readers get the most current news, sports, and feature stories about the people and places of Colfax. Also, the Messenger is your one-stop source for all your printing needs. To subscribe to the Colfax Messenger or receive a free quote on your printing needs, call the Messenger at 715-265-4646 or visit them online at www.dewitmedia.com.
What makes Hometown Pharmacy different than the big chains? People. When you walk into Hometown Pharmacy, you'll see friends and neighbors on both sides of the counter.
We come to Hometown Pharmacy because they are also very knowledgeable and helpful.
We may not be on every corner, but chances are we're in your hometown, or we'll be there shortly. And we care about you. Hometown Pharmacy, our family caring for your family.
Stop by Colfax Hometown Pharmacy in downtown Colfax. Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
You've been listening to Colfax Viking Basketball, live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network in conjunction with Colfax High School. Stay tuned, coming up next is Viking Postgame with a look back at today's game.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I can't believe he found them.
He seems sorry.
We very clearly told him not to look up there.
I'm honestly impressed that he was able to do it.
Right? What, did he balance on that big chair?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he'll just know what his gifts are this year.
I really thought we had hidden them well.
If they can find their presents, they can find a gun.
911, what is your emergency?
Every day, 8 kids and teens are unintentionally killed or injured by loaded and unlocked guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and End Family Fire.
Time now for Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking boys game. And now, Viking Postgame.
And we're back out here at Colfax High School, where the Vikings just got defeated by the Thorp Cardinals by a score of 54-43. And basically, it appears as though what happened is the Vikings ran into a height problem. And his name was Isaac Sumas.
Yep, Isaac had a big night. They thought they were going to take care of the interior. He came alive in the second half, and they didn't really have an answer for him.
Well, what did the numbers look like, Dan?
So Colfax leading scorer tonight was number 21, Ed Hajdukovic, with 22 points. We had Hunter Reebok and Drew Gibson with 6. We had Cole Seahaver with 5. Zach Rindy had 2, and Noah Heidorn had 2. For the Thorp Cardinals, their leading scorer tonight was Ethan Rice with 24 points. He had 6 threes tonight. Isaac Sumas, number 44, he had 20 points. John Legoski had 6. And Aiden Rice had 4. So the perimeter game was big tonight.
Yeah, it was. So the Vikings just couldn't seem to get the ball inside, and And even when they did get shots up, there was always a hand in their face, and you got to hand it to the Thorp Cardinals. They knew where their advantages were, and they knew how to play them, and they did pretty well. Tell you what, we're going to take a brief timeout, and we'll be back right after this timeout. You're listening to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit readywisconsin.wi.gov. Brought to you by Ready Wisconsin, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
And we're back here at Colfax High School, and I want to give you this reminder that Colfax Viking basketball is brought to you by Dairy State Bank, where they're banking on relationships. Colfax Animal Hospital. Trust your pets to Dr. Buckley and his staff. Morgan's Auto Body, where after an oh-no moment, they can make your car right again. The Colfax Messenger, for over 100 years, keeping you informed about what's happening in the Colfax area. Colfax Hometown Pharmacy, their family caring for your family. And Kyle's Market, where customer service is supersized. Be sure to thank those sponsors of Colfax Viking basketball right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Now, don't forget that the Viking girls are going to host the Mondovi Buffaloes on Thursday, December 19th. JV begins at 5:45, varsity's at 7:15. And, of course, Dan, we're going to be there. That's the day after tomorrow. Right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network, we'll have all the varsity action for you in that one. And the Viking boys basketball team is going to travel to Elmwood to take on Plum City Elmwood on Friday the 20th. JV begins at 5:45 and varsity is at 7:15. Our next Viking boys game will be on January 3rd. We have a girls game on the 2nd, and then the boys on the 3rd. And don't forget, the annual holiday vacation for Colfax School District starts on Saturday. So there will be no school at Colfax from Saturday through Wednesday, January 1st.
Oh, those are some good times.
Oh, boy, they are. Well, Dan, I'll tell you what. The Vikings just didn't have enough height to get over the big guys tonight. And, boy, they scrapped, though. They got it to within 3. That was,
Yeah, they tried to find something on the interior, but it was
they
pretty
made
tight
a game out of it, and so they got nothing to hang their heads about. They're going to do just fine. It's just that the Cardinals were a little bigger and stronger than they were tonight. And I guess, I'm going to see you
Thursday.
Yeah,
you're there.
We've got the Viking girls against the Mondovi Buffaloes. That ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mondovi always has a tough team, so it should be a good game.
And hopefully the girls find a way to put the ball in the hole a little better than they did last night. Folks, we didn't have the game last night up in Hayward, and the girls did win 35-20, but they just could not get the ball to go through the hole. It just wasn't going to do that for them, and
a win's a win.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's the way Coach Doucette felt about it last night too. And they came back on the left-hand side of the ledger, and that's always a good thing. So we will see you Thursday night for the Viking girls against the Mondovi Buffaloes. And that final score once again is the Thorp Cardinals 54, Vikings 43. You've been listening to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
What if I could tell you that a full-blown wildfire was going to occur tomorrow right where you live? Tell you exactly which neighborhoods it would engulf and how fast it would do it. The first thing you would do is talk with your loved ones and make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a wildfire will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you make a plan anyway? Visit readywisconsin.wi.gov and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait, communicate. Brought to you by Ready Wisconsin, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking boys game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Northern Light Webcasting Network is proud to present Colfax Viking basketball for the 2019-2020 season. Join us Thursday, December 19th as the Viking girls host the Mondovi Buffaloes. Viking pregame begins at 7 o'clock and live play-by-play begins at 7:10 right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network.